Lore. That's what we're talking about this time. By Alexandra Bracken. This is a fiction mythological retelling of Medusa, kind of, but a lot of the other gods, and kind of puts like a fun modern twist on some very like mythological old tales. So I haven't read it for a hot minute. Andrea, do you want to do a quick synopsis? And we're going to do spoilers. Let's just talk about it all.
Oh, I hate doing synopsis.
So hard.
Yeah. So basically, this girl is trying to escape being in the world with all the gods. She just wants to be like a normal person. But then she kind of gets pulled back in because start happening like floods, and so the hunt starts where they like try to kill other gods, and so if you kill a god then you take their power. So all these hunters and other people are trying to kill the original gods, and then like the I don't know what you call the secondary, like someone who has already killed a god. And so yeah, and then one of the guys who's like trying to become a god, is he a god, the like bad guy?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's the false Aries.
Oh, the false Aries.
Yeah, so Apollo, Aries. I get confused when they have like all these different names. But so he's trying to take over and end the hunt and be like the all-powerful like god, and they want to end the hunt so no one has to like fight for their lives every 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. So they basically have to get this guy to like, they have to kill him so that they can end the hunt. Mm-hmm. About this girl who gets drawn back in with a guy who's kind of her boyfriend, and then her friends, one of her mortal friends, and then and she meets Athena and they become friends. So they're all trying to defeat this guy that's trying to, he has a god's power and he's trying to like take over the world basically.
It's kind of like if Hunger Games was in like the ancient Roman times. Yeah, Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Kind of feels. It's definitely, I think, YA in the sense.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, they kill people a lot more willingly in this book, or like harm them, than I've seen in some other like traditional YAs. As far as like spice level, 0. But like action, intensity, killing people, it's a little bit higher up there. What did you rate it, Liz?
I think I give it a B+ because it was different than what I normally read. It was like a really nice break. I like that it's standalone and it's going to stay standalone according to the author. To be honest, I kind of tend to like more of like the romantic element thrown in more though. Mm-hmm. Like I would have liked if that was like ramped up more, but it was like a good story.
It was a nice, refreshing read as a one-off for sure. Mm-hmm. And what was your reading?
I know this is going to shock you, but I rated it a B+ as well.
Whoa. I had no idea you were going to say that.
Makes my day.
Yeah, it was good. I wrote for my review diary, I wrote that I liked the action scenes. I thought they were really written. But yeah, I do like the romantic. And I figured out what we like. It's called romantasy.
Oh,
never heard of it.
I saw this on TikTok, so I don't know if it's like, it has to be a real thing. It's on TikTok, right? But that's what they call it when it's like fantasy with romance. It's like, oh, cool. So I learned something new. But yeah, this one, I really liked it. I would like it a lot better if it had more romantic, because they kind of touch on that they're dating and that they're in love, blah blah blah, and they like make out, but they nothing. I don't know. It's like more towards the end, and it's not like, it's mostly action, I would say.
It's definitely action. That's a good way to put it. Like, but it's well written action.
Yes, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Madeline, would you?
Rated it a B minus, but I will say I did like this book. Like I liked it, but just in comparison to some other B pluses I've given, I liked it less. Um, I have two things, biggest points of contention. One, there were too many people in this book, too many
Yes.
names. It was really hard to follow at times. Like the different families, especially, it was hard to keep straight and like why they hated each other or why they liked each other, if they're enemies or frenemies. I don't know. And the lineages, it was just hard for me to grasp everything because
Yeah, I didn't
know a ton about mythology. So
I didn't like how there was like the old god, then
yeah.
this other guy who had an original name, and then now he's called false whatever the god is, so like false Apollo. Like, so confused, and I was like, wait, so this person was who before? I wrote down in my diary that it was like super confusing on all the people. Like,
Right.
well, just be like the god, and then there's no other like just have a different name.
Yeah, because you could be Aries. You can be the false Aries because you killed someone who killed Aries, right? But then you can also be like House of the Bull, like son of Poseidon, right? I'm like, we don't need 20 names for a person. Stop it.
No,
like the Poseidon person made up their own name called Tideburn. Like you just, and then that's not their original name either, and it's not Poseidon. So it's like, what?
Yeah,
like that part about it, but the
it
rest
was
of
hard to follow. I think for someone who was really into mythology, like to classes or whatnot, they would be able to follow it easier. My second point of contention is the ending, to where they just give up their godness. Like people, it just seems like if there are only a limited number, I think there's like 7 at this point of like gods, you're just going to willingly just like give this up because you don't want the power. I don't know. It seemed unrealistic, and I didn't like that it happened in like the last 2 pages of the story. I felt like it was really hushed or not hushed but not described well to like why they made that decision or what the benefits of it were or whatnot. It just seemed like a rushed ending, in my opinion.
Agreed.
because like I get why she did it, because the whole time talking about getting out of this, but I don't understand why he did it.
Also, if he gave up his power, like it's gonna die, because before that he was sick, and like it never talked about if someone is like Aries or like false Aries, if they give it up, do they become just back to themselves or what happens? It was just a little unclear on some of those things.
Yeah.
You gotta go. So Liz sucks and is choosing her friends over us. But I did want to say something else. Well, not say something, but show something. This is my book, and it's so cool. It's like a specific special edition that has gold pages.
Ooh, that's cool.
And since I paid for this, I should probably get my money's worth and show it off. I have a signed book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like it. I got it off Amazon for like $12.
Yeah, they have pretty good deals on signed ones, to be honest.
Yeah, I like it. So that's lore. I think we'd recommend it, especially if you just want a refresher, or not like a refresher.
An easy read. Like it's one book. So
it's quick too.
You're not diving in. Yeah, you're not. Yeah,
sure.
You're not diving into a huge series where you're like.
It's kind of interesting because right now, or we just read lore, and then now we're reading a song of Achilles. And it's kind of the similar thing of like, well, not similar because Song of Achilles is not a modern take, but it's like a different take on the original story.
Yeah, there's some similar characters.
Yeah. Cool.